Black holes, you've heard about them. Objects so dense, so massive, that nothing can escape, not even light. And people accept that. They say, oh, black holes have such strong gravity that light can't get out, as if that explains it. But it doesn't explain anything, because light doesn't care about gravity, not in the way you think. Light always travels at the speed of light, always. It doesn't slow down. It doesn't speed up. A photon leaving the surface of the Earth goes at the same speed as a photon trying to leave a black hole, 300,000 kilometers per second, exactly. So if gravity doesn't slow light down, why can't light escape a black hole? That's the question. And the answer is going to change how you think about space, time, and what it means for something to escape at all. Let's figure it out. First, let's talk about what it means to escape. You throw a ball up. It goes up for a while, slows down, stops, falls back. It didn't escape. You throw it harder. It goes higher, but eventually it comes back down. Still didn't escape. You throw it even harder, fast enough, and it keeps going, up and up and up, forever. It escaped. There's a speed, a specific speed. If you throw something faster than that speed, it escapes. If you throw it slower, it comes back. That speed is called escape velocity. For Earth, the escape velocity is about 11 kilometers per second. That's about 25,000 miles per hour. Very fast, but achievable. We've done it. Rockets leave Earth all the time. For the Moon, it's slower, about 2.4 kilometers per second. Less gravity, easier to escape. For the Sun, it's much higher, about 618 kilometers per second. Much more gravity. And for a black hole, the escape velocity at the event horizon is exactly the speed of light, 300,000 kilometers per second. Now here's the thing. Nothing with mass can go that fast, because as you accelerate something, it gets harder and harder to accelerate it more. The closer you get to light speed, the more energy it takes. And to actually reach light speed, infinite energy, impossible. So nothing with mass can escape a black hole, because nothing with mass can go fast enough. Okay, but what about light? Light already goes at the speed of light, so it should be able to escape, right? Wrong. And understanding why is where things get really strange. Here's what you need to understand. Light doesn't slow down in a gravitational field, ever. When you throw a ball up, it slows down because gravity is pulling on it. The ball has mass. Gravity exerts a force. Force causes deceleration. But light has no mass, zero. A photon is massless. So gravity can't pull on light, not in the sense of exerting a force on mass. Gravity doesn't slow light down. And yet, light can't escape a black hole. How is that possible? The answer is that gravity doesn't pull on light. Gravity bends space. And when space is bent enough, when space-time is curved enough, there's no direction that leads out. Every direction that light could travel leads back in or stays inside. There is no out. That's what a black hole is. It's not a place where gravity is so strong it pulls everything back. It's a place where space-time is so curved that there's no path that leads away from the center. Okay, let's back up. What does it mean for space-time to be curved? Normally, we think of space as flat, 3 dimensions, x, y, z. You can move in any direction. Straight lines are straight. But Einstein figured out that space isn't flat. Mass curves space. Or more precisely, mass energy curves space-time. Think of it like this. You have a stretched rubber sheet. That's space. You put a heavy ball on it. The sheet sags. That's curvature. Now, if you roll a marble across the sheet near the heavy ball, the marble's path curves, not because the ball is pulling on the marble, but because the sheet itself is curved. The marble is just following the shape of the sheet. That's gravity. Gravity is curved space-time. Objects follow curved paths because space itself is curved. Now, this analogy is flawed in many ways. The rubber sheet is two-dimensional. Space-time is four-dimensional. The sheet sags down because of Earth's gravity, but in real space-time, there's no external gravity causing the curvature. The curvature is intrinsic. But the basic idea is right. Mass curves space. Objects follow that curvature. And light, even though it has no mass, also follows the curvature of space-time, because light travels through space. And if space is curved, light follows the curve. Now, here's where black holes get extreme. The more mass you pack into a region, the more space-time curves. A star curves space-time a little. A neutron star curves it more. And a black hole curves it so much that space-time basically folds in on itself. At the event horizon, the boundary of a black hole, the curvature is so extreme that all paths, every possible trajectory, every direction you could point, leads inward or stays at the horizon. There is no outward direction, not for matter, not for light, not for anything. Imagine you're standing at the event horizon. You point the flashlight straight up, directly away from the center of the black hole. You turn it on. What happens? The light doesn't go up. It doesn't escape. The light follows the curvature of space-time. And at the event horizon, space-time is so curved that straight up isn't actually away from the black hole. It's parallel to the horizon, or even slightly inward. From your perspective, you're pointing straight up, but space-time is so warped that straight up is actually sideways or down. The light can't escape because there is no out. Every direction is in or along the edge. That's what the event horizon is. It's the boundary where space-time curvature becomes so extreme that all future directed paths lead inward. Let me try to explain this another way. In relativity, we use something called light cones to visualize what's possible. Imagine you're at a point in space-time, right here, right now. You can send a signal, say a flash of light, in any direction. That light travels outward at the speed of light, forming an expanding sphere. If you plot this in space-time, with time going up and space going sideways, the paths that light can take form a cone. That's your future light cone. Everything inside that cone is reachable by you or by anything you send out. Everything outside is unreachable. Normally, the light cone opens upward. The future is up in time and out in space. You can send signals forward in time and outward in space. But near a black hole, space-time is curved, and that curvature tilts the light cone. The closer you get to the event horizon, the more the light cone tilts inward. At the event horizon, the light cone tilts so much that its edge is parallel to the horizon. The outward direction of the light cone no longer points away from the black hole. It points along the horizon. And inside the event horizon, the light cone tilts even more. It points entirely inward. Every possible future path, even for light, leads toward the center. So light can't escape, not because it's being pulled back, but because the geometry of space-time is such that there is no outward path. All paths lead in. Now here's something even stranger. From the perspective of someone far away, watching something fall into a black hole, time slows down at the event horizon. You watch a spaceship falling toward a black hole. As it gets closer to the horizon, it appears to slow down. Its clock ticks slower and slower. The light it emits gets redshifted, stretched to longer and longer wavelengths. And as it reaches the horizon, it seems to freeze. Time, from your perspective, stops. The spaceship appears to hover at the event horizon forever, never quite crossing it. But from the perspective of the person on the spaceship, nothing special happens at the horizon. They fall through smoothly. No barrier, no freezing. They just keep falling. And once they're inside, they fall toward the center. This is one of the strangest things about black holes. Different observers see different things. To someone far away, nothing ever crosses the horizon. To someone falling in, they cross it easily. Both are right. Both are seeing what actually happens from their frame of reference. So what happens inside the event horizon? Well, that depends on what you mean by what happens. From the perspective of someone falling in, they keep falling. Space-time is still curved. In fact, inside the horizon, space-time is so curved that the direction toward the center becomes the future. You can't avoid falling to the center any more than you can avoid moving forward in time. The singularity at the center is in your future. It's inevitable. You might try to fire your rockets, accelerate away from the center, but you can't, because away from the center isn't the direction you can travel. All directions, all possible paths lead to the center. You can delay it. You can fire your rockets and slow your fall, but you can't stop it. And eventually, you reach the singularity. What is the singularity? We don't know. Our equations break down. General relativity predicts infinite curvature, infinite density, but that's probably not what actually happens. Probably quantum mechanics intervenes. Probably the singularity is something else, but we don't have a theory that can describe it. So we don't know what happens at the singularity, but we know you reach it. If you cross the event horizon, you reach the singularity. That's certain. So, can anything escape a black hole? Well, not from inside the event horizon. Once you're inside, you can't get out. That's the definition of the event horizon, the point of no return. But there's a twist. Black holes aren't entirely black. In the 1970s, Stephen Hawking figured out that black holes radiate. They emit particles. This is called Hawking radiation. How does this work? Well, in quantum mechanics, empty space isn't really empty. It's filled with virtual particles that pop into existence and annihilate almost instantly. Normally, this doesn't matter. But near the event horizon of a black hole, something weird happens. A pair of virtual particles appears. One falls into the black hole. The other escapes. And from the outside, it looks like the black hole emitted a particle. Over time, the black hole loses mass this way, very slowly. For a large black hole, it would take longer than the age of the universe to evaporate. But in principle, black holes aren't eternal. They evaporate. So in a sense, things do escape black holes, but not the things that fell in. The Hawking radiation is new particles created from the energy of the black hole itself. So let's come back to the original question. Why can't anything escape a black hole? Not because gravity is strong. Gravity doesn't slow light down. Not because things are pulled back. There's no force pulling things back. But because space-time is so curved that there is no outward direction. Every path, every possible trajectory, every direction you could point leads inward or stays at the horizon. There is no out. The event horizon isn't a physical barrier. It's a geometric boundary, a point where the curvature of space-time becomes so extreme that the future points inward. Once you cross that boundary, the singularity is in your future, just as surely as tomorrow is in your future. You can't avoid it any more than you can avoid aging. That's what a black hole is. Not a place where gravity pulls everything in, but a place where space-time is so warped that in is the only direction the future allows. And that's why nothing can escape. Not because it's hard, but because it's impossible, geometrically impossible. Now, what bothers me about this is how counterintuitive it is. We're used to thinking of escape as a matter of speed. Go fast enough, you escape. That's how it works on Earth. That's how it works anywhere with normal gravity. But a black hole isn't normal. A black hole is extreme, so extreme that our usual intuitions fail completely. You can't escape by going fast because there's no way to go toward. The geometry doesn't allow it. This is what general relativity teaches us, that space and time aren't fixed. They're dynamic. They can be curved, warped, bent. And when they're curved enough, when space-time is warped enough, the rules change. Directions that should lead out lead in. Futures that should be avoidable become inevitable. Geometry dictates what's possible. And at the event horizon of a black hole, geometry dictates that escape is impossible. Not hard, impossible. There is no path, no trajectory, no direction, no way. That's the answer. That's why nothing can escape a black hole, because space-time itself forbids it. But here's the thing. We don't fully understand black holes. We have general relativity. It predicts event horizons, singularities, Hawking radiation. And those predictions match observations. We've detected black holes. We've even photographed the event horizon of a supermassive black hole. But general relativity breaks down at the singularity. The equations give infinity, and infinity usually means the theory doesn't apply. We need a theory of quantum gravity, a theory that combines general relativity with quantum mechanics, and we don't have one yet. Maybe singularities don't exist. Maybe space-time doesn't actually curve to infinity. Maybe quantum effects prevent that. Maybe information that falls into a black hole isn't lost. Maybe it's encoded in the Hawking radiation somehow. That's the black hole information paradox. We don't know how to resolve it. Maybe black holes are more complicated than we think. Maybe the event horizon isn't exactly what general relativity predicts. We're still learning. We're still figuring it out. Black holes are extreme. They push our theories to the limit, and at that limit we find mysteries. But what we do know, what general relativity tells us clearly, is that escape from inside a black hole is impossible, not because of force, but because of geometry, because space-time won't allow it. And that's one of the deepest, strangest truths about the universe, that space and time can be curved so much that certain directions simply don't exist. That's what a black hole is, a place where the geometry of reality itself forbids escape. Not hard to escape, impossible to escape. There is no out, and that changes everything.